This is Bobby Kraft, and I'm coming to you live on SNN Live at the SeeThruEquity 4th Annual MicroCap Investor Conference 2015 in New York City. With me is one of the conference organizers, the CEO of SeeThruEquity, Ajay Tandon. Ajay, firstly, thank you for having us at SeeThruEquity.
As always, it's great to see you guys, and thanks again for doing wonderful interviews, and we're happy to have you guys at the event as well.
The event was great. The rooms were packed. The one-on-ones were hopping.
Sure. No, we're happy about all those things. First and foremost, is the support of all of our sponsors and obviously all the presenting companies that made today successful. So I'm very glad to hear that everything went smoothly, and we look forward to our next event.
I was going to say, if this is any indication as to what's going on in the microcap market and people's interest in the microcap market, it would be safe to say that it's quite high. Care to comment on what's going on in that?
Sure. Let me break it down for you as far as what we've been doing in the space from a research perspective and obviously from the conference perspective as well. I think as we talked a few months back at a previous conference of ours, we try to do a conference a quarter, which we're going to stick to doing. We've increased our coverage universe to 135 names under coverage and obviously growing as well. So what I can say is from our standpoint, there's a lot of appetite for readers of our research. Obviously I'm sure you guys have seen the same thing with respect to your magazine or with respect to your content, which is great, by the way. So I think that certainly just given the overall market conditions, things are definitely improving, and especially for microcaps.
As a continuation from the article that was beautifully written for the magazine in our last issue from the winter-spring 2015 issue, you asked a great question. Is it even possible for unbiased equity research?
Sure.
Let's continue that conversation because I think so.
Yeah, absolutely. I think with respect to our business model, I think we've proven that unbiased research is possible. Obviously we have to keep our platform going, keep our analysts paid. So naturally, doing paid-for investor conferences is a very good way to do that. With respect to unbiased research, we're hoping that we've kind of laid the groundwork for other companies to do kind of a similar model to what we've done, or at least to kind of push forward that, hey, this is truly something that you can do as an independent. Obviously broker-dealer research is as close to unbiased as you can possibly get as well, but I think from the independent side, which is kind of what we're addressing, we've kind of shown over the last 4 years that it's certainly something that's possible, and from a business model perspective, sustainable.
I mean, you guys have been doing this for a long time. As you said, your coverage universe has expanded quite rapidly over the last couple of years.
It has.
I mean, if you go on Yahoo Finance, you could look up any microcap company, and you're very likely to probably see one of your reports on their website.
Sure, no, that's fair, and I appreciate the fact that we've kind of developed that traction, and that people such as yourselves and your company are taking note of that. Listen, we've always said that we want to canvas the space. Certainly not all of the companies that we cover are going to be winners, but that's kind of part and parcel for what we're doing. We're trying to gain visibility and gain traction for the companies that we cover. Certainly we're looking for story-driven stocks with very sophisticated and capable management teams that can execute. But at the end of the day, it's really the investor community. It's the combination of kind of the entire ecosystem that makes these things work. So you need a company that really wants to be public and get out there with the right message, with the right execution, and then of course the ecosystem to support it. IR, PR, investment banking, analysts, both independent as well as broker-dealer analyst research coverage. So all of these things are very important.
And also, on a quick note on the research itself, it's more from a fundamental perspective. Is that correct?
That's right. That's right. In a lot of cases, companies really want to get the word out there. So when we initiate coverage on a stock, we really spend a lot of time getting the story right. We spend a lot of time speaking to management, doing our own due diligence, and really putting together a nice piece that they can then turn around and use and happily show to investors, to other analysts, and listen, if they're raising capital, of course, that's putting a valuation on a lot of these companies is what we help to do. Price target, et cetera, et cetera.
So you have your nose to the market, just based on.
We like to think so. We like to think so. Sure.
So based on the coverage universe itself, in particular, what sector do you happen to be covering a lot of of recent, and care to comment on that sector itself in microcaps?
Sure. Something I think that we've been covering since the get-go, which was back in 2011, life sciences. That's been a very strong sector, I think, overall. There's been a lot of deals done, a lot of capital raised, and I'd say about a third of our coverage universe is devoted to life sciences companies, and I think that trend is going to continue. We have a life sciences focus. A lot of companies in that space, they fall into the microcap bucket. And we're actually going to be doing our first annual life sciences event in San Francisco in January of 2016. So we're very excited to kind of showcase a lot of the companies that we cover, and then of course new companies that we're looking to cover.
Congratulations, that's a great and a perfect timing during the biotech week, of course.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of investors in town, a lot of companies in town, of course, so we figured, hey, why not give these companies and these investors a forum that they can all kind of mingle at, network at, and obviously, hopefully help these companies, gain further traction and visibility.
All right. So now we're at the $1 million question,
Sure.
the $1 billion question, or the under $300 million market cap question. We're microcaps.
That's right.
Let's get the websites as to where people can go and find out more information, not only about your coverage universe, but also about upcoming events.
100%. So we actually, our research is housed at SeeThruEquity.com. So that's www.SeeThruEquity.com, SeeThruEquity.com. And our conferences, we actually have set up a new conferences website as of this conference, which is SteConference.com.
You heard it here. For the coverage universe, to find out more information on SeeThruEquity, go to SeeThruEquity.com, SeeThru Equity.com. And to find out more information about SeeThruEquity's upcoming events, go to SteConference.com. This has been Bobby Kraft, and I'm here live on SNN Live at the SeeThruEquity 4th Annual MicroCap Investor Conference 2015 in New York City. Ajay, thank you again for having us, and congratulations on a great event.
Appreciate it. Thank you.